Hello, Paul again from Rugby World Directory. Here is video 3 in the enthralling series of how-to videos. And this one's titled Communicate. How do you communicate on the Rugby World Directory? Well, I guess communication is a conversation or a discussion. It's about sending information, receiving information, sending back information. And that's basically why we like to say rugby deserves more than just a like. We are rugby people, we can read and write, so we can comment. And that's the first way to communicate, is commenting. So let's have a look at that. I can comment on something in my activity stream. So Rugby World Directory RFC has updated their calendar, and I can make a comment on that. I say, well, I'll be there with bells on. And that comment's going to be shared out and everybody can see that. So that's on my activity stream. But how else can I comment? Well, I can actually go to Rugby World Directory RFC's profile, another profile like this club, and I can also comment directly in their video or photo windows. So I can say, here I can comment, great video, I'll be there next year, running around in the mud. Great pre-season training. So that's actually add to somebody else's video. I can do that, a comment on photos and so on. What about a person? So I can also comment on anything a person has, any post a person has made. So here's somebody who's actually online. I can see he's online because there's a green sort of dot next to his name. So I'll go and visit this guy, and I can make a comment here. Video tutor, Rugby World Directory is epic. Yes, it is. You can say that again. And there we go. So that's one way to communicate. I can also, for example, communicate with this person if I think in his calendar something is really cool. I can say, well, all right, going to yoga is epic. And now we can see that Video Tutor has things going to yoga is epic. And that will of course be also on the activity stream. So what's another way to communicate? Well, we have the old school messaging system. And there's two ways. I can message somebody directly by clicking on their profile using the message button here, and then I can message them. Or I can go to the message center, which is right here. And here I have all my messages, I have my sent items and so on. I can create a new message. There we are, that's one person. And I can choose up to 20 recipients. So I can keep going like this, typing in names of people that I want to send a message to, up to 20. Alright, back to the Video Tutor's profile. What else? We can actually, one effective way to communicate is to post something. Here we go, Rara Rugby has a vacancy, and we can turn this into a discussion. Here we go. I'll type this in. Tell us about the club. So there's a vacancy at a club somewhere. Let's add the vacancy. Here we go. So there we see the post. So this is another way to communicate. This gets shared out on the activity stream, and I can comment on that. Now I can turn this into a discussion. It takes a moment for the pin at top the operator to show, so I'll show you something else. As a club, or actually maybe easier to explain it, we've given certain features to certain types of profiles. So if you're a rugby profile, that is a club, course, school, event, etc., you have certain features that other profiles don't. And one of these features is what we call the announcement feature. So I'll go to Rugby World Directory RFC and I'll show you that. Use Rugby World Directory as RWD RFC, and here's the announcement feature. It's another way to communicate. This is a more formal way of communicating. Subject, your text, choose a file. You can send it to the entire community or just select the teams or the players or the staff or all the different kind of profiles in your community. You can save drafts, etc. So that's the announcement feature. And as I mentioned earlier, we can actually start discussions. How do we do that? Well, as you see here, there's the pin at top feature. So I pin this at the top. So it's going to stay there. And if I now want discussion, tell us about the club. Played them in 1985. Very friendly. But they have a tendency to bite. There we go. It's a French club after all. And here I've started basically a discussion. So anybody else can make a comment and continue the discussion. So that's quickly how you communicate on Rugby World Directory. Communication and engagement, which is of course the classic social media word, is quite similar, and there's some other ways to create engagement through the calendar, recommend and review, the Epic Shield, and so on, but that's for another video. Okay, thank you, bye bye.